This is the Good Neighbor Podcast, the place where local businesses and neighbors come together. Here's your host, Nick George.
Welcome to the Good Neighbor Podcast. Today I have the great pleasure of introducing your good neighbor, Paula Nickel, with Performance Physical Therapy and Rehabilitation. Paula, how's it going today?
Good, Nick. How are you?
Excellent. Tell us all about your Performance Physical Therapy and Rehabilitation operation.
Well, it's healthcare, so that's always a challenge. It's a small practice, orthopedic, physical therapy practice that's been in town, up and running about 30 years.
How did you get into the business in the first place?
Well, once I decided I was going to be a physical therapist, my first job was working for Orthopedic Center of the Rockies, which was a good first job. And I was in town and I left and I came back. And just in the few years of being a physical therapist, I wanted more control of how I did my work. And so it's probably more this way now, but it started to be very much metric measured. So it's all about production, and it seemed like no matter how many people you saw, they wanted you to see more. And I just didn't want to operate that way anymore. And so I started my own, and somehow 30 years later, I'm still in business.
What made you start wanting to fix people?
You know what? I did not know I was going to be a physical therapist, which sometimes, disappoints my patients. They think I've dreamt about being a physical therapist my whole life. But I went to school, and I thought I wanted to go to medical school. I knew I wanted to be in healthcare. I knew I didn't want to be a nurse. I didn't want to deal with bodily fluids. And I got out of college and I didn't know what I wanted to do. And I started thinking, what can I do? And I applied to physical therapy, and I got in and I went, and I just prayed to God that I liked it. And it's been a really good career for me. I really do like it. I've been doing it for a long time, and you get trained in every aspect of physical therapy, and your job probably determines where you go, whether it's orthopedics or pediatrics or neurological or whatever. And my first job was the Orthopedic Center, and it just set the stage. And I like that it's not all the same. I like every day's different, and I like kind of being a detective and trying to figure out how to help people.
Why high performance or performance physical therapy? You like working with athletes?
I used to do a lot of triathlons and bike races and running races. And so when we started, I think that's kind of the name we picked. I had a partner at one point. He was into golf and other things. And sports medicine for sure is an easy grab, an easy market. I don't really. So I see a lot of athletes that way, but now it's just general orthopedics. We see anything from a kid to a 90-year-old. But I have done, when I left and went to California, one of my jobs was working with the group that did all the athletic teams in Los Angeles, the Lakers and Dodgers and stuff. And I've done CSU training rooms, and I've done the orthopedic or the Olympic Training Center. And I like athletes. I get enjoyment whether you're an athlete or an 85-year-old. Doesn't matter to me.
Sure.
Yeah.
Or both.
Or both. Yeah.
What's What are some myths or misconceptions in your niche of the industry?
One is, I think, that people and doctors think we just give exercises, that we treat with just exercises. I think another myth is, and I don't hear it anymore, but I used to hear it from older patients, that the older patients, they used to, I mean, over my time, opinions have changed, but they used to think that they're just getting old and that's just the way it is and you can't help them. So that was one. I don't know why I'm here. You can't help me. And they didn't even know what we did. Those are probably the two big myths. And I think over time, people are using physical therapy quite a bit. I think it's still underutilized, probably more from physicians than population, but I think it's getting more and more utilized. Yeah.
Absolutely. I've had a lifelong sciatica issue that I recently was able to overcome because I ran into the right chiropractor.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't a physical therapist, but he told me that everything that I was doing with my legs together at the same time with squats was as bad for me as the English chair. And
Oh, yeah.
that
Yeah.
I needed to start learning to do scissor activities with my hips. And because we humans in a natural environment never lift anything two legs synchronized that way any more than we would walk like we're in a sack race.
Yeah.
We've been damaging ourselves the way we exercise. And if I do the right ballerina exercises every morning before I start my regular workout, I don't have back problems, but I have to do all of those leg swings and dog pointer moves. I don't even know what it's called, but I do it every day.
Yeah. And I mean, and you can help yourself with the right guidance. Yeah. It's good. Yeah.
I have to do it daily though. And nobody knows this. There's people walking around thinking they're going to be broken forever because they just don't know a few simple things. So it's good that you're out there.
Well, and I, like you're using a chiropractor. I believe in probably multidisciplinary. I think you need a team of people to help you, which is probably chiropractor, massage, acupuncture, physical therapist. And if you don't get help, don't judge them all the same. Go find another one. Yeah.
Yeah, that worked for me.
Mm-hmm.
So, but he was thinking outside of his lane. He was pretending like he was a physical therapist and giving me information that I begged from him. It wasn't even, I didn't have to do anything to do with chiropractic, but I probably should have been with a physical therapist all along. So how are you marketing yourself now? How are you educating people about what you do and that you exist and why they should come see you in the digital world?
Okay, so not well. In the good old days, 30 years ago, you had to go see the doctor, talk to the doctor. You did mailers, right? Now it's Google searches, Facebook, Instagram. I'm not very good at it, nor the big thing, Nick, is I don't have an interest, but I know that's the way that you market a business today. So I've had people work for me that take that interest and then they leave and then it kind of goes by the wayside. So we still have a website. We still have a Facebook that's probably not attended to very well. And then the biggest one is, I mean, I've been in town so long, you still have the doctor's referral, although the ones I started with are retired. So now you have a new group that I don't really know. So the biggest thing is word of mouth for us. That's probably the biggest thing. And then when you ask people how they came to you, it's a Google search. Yeah. And so I assume the Google search leads them to a website.
Well, it's awesome that you've established yourself for so long. When you do start going digital, that'll make you more authentic, I think, in the SEO because you've been around for so long. maybe make it a little easier than people just starting out. Have you ever thought about doing your own podcast?
No.
For all the reasons you mentioned.
Well, I mean, it's never crossed my mind, right? I used to do talks, people would ask me to go to a school and teach something about physical therapy to their AP anatomy class, or I used to go to the senior center and do a class there. I mean, but I mean, the thing about doing live work, live talk, you get a limited audience. You get whatever the room holds if you're lucky, or you get 10 people to show up. And, digital, you get a wide audience. I just haven't I just haven't taken attention to it. But
what do you do for fun when you're not doing physical therapy for people?
I still, I like being outside. I haven't done a race like a triathlon in a long time, but I'll still work out with cycling and running and weightlifting. And then people have warned me not to do this one, but I'm playing golf.
Why is that a problem?
Because golf is very frustrating.
Oh.
But I hike, I swim, camp, stuff like that. But now I'm trying to master golf a little bit, it is frustrating. I grew up doing a bunch of sports, so I think I can usually pick something up and do it. And golf hasn't been quite so easy.
Paula, is there some hardship or life challenge that you overcame at some point in your youth or middle life that made you the person that you are today?
The easy answer is probably starting this business. That was hard. But the thing that made probably the most impact to me, that really probably just changed my approach to stuff. I'm in college. I take an English class, and I did not care 2 iotas about English. You have to take it, English 101. And I have this New York editor that is very critical of me. And so she gives you your writing assignments, and these are typewriter days. Okay, so, and every paper I turned in, it's just marked up. And I don't care, because I just need to get through this English class and move on to my science classes. And just full of red. And she finally, I don't think I got one good mark from her. And she's hammering that I don't proofread it. I don't check my typing errors. I don't do a rough draft. I don't do an outline. And she gives the last assignment, which is a longer paper. And for some reason, I say to myself, okay, I'm going to show her I can do a good paper. And I do everything she's told me I've been lazy on. And I do the outline. I rewrite it. I do rough drafts. I rewrite it. I rewrite it. I type it. I check for typos. I turn in the paper. And I get it back, and there's no marks on it. And she gives me a C. And I go and I said, there's no marks on this paper. Why did you give me a C? And she says, I don't think you wrote it. And she said, I think somebody wrote it for you. And I didn't know I could get somebody to write a paper for me. Okay. But I looked at her, and she had every right to think I didn't write that paper, because I was so lazy on every other paper. And I said to myself, that's never going to happen again. I am never going to do a crappy job like that again. And that really changed. Like, if I take something on, I'm not going to be lazy. I'm going to do a good job. But that's probably the thing that I remember from 18 years old that has really stuck with me. And she did have every right to think I didn't write the paper. I wrote the paper, but yeah.
So now you want to keep everything perfect. I get it.
Yeah, or I at least don't want to be lazy. I'm going to try to do my best on stuff. Like, I'm not going to give you a reason to think I didn't do my best.
Well, Paula, what do you want people that find this interview on Google what do you want the big takeaway to be about Paula Nickel and performance physical therapy and rehabilitation?
The big one is not all physical therapy is the same. I think like we have our niche here. We look at the body in a way from a muscle imbalance, a muscle compensating way. We have a specific technique we use for that. So not all physical therapy is the same. So if you've had bad experience or not a helpful experience, just keep seeking another practitioner. Everybody's individual. That's probably the biggest one. Like the big one, you go to parties or occasions or whatever, and people will say, "What do you do?" And they'll either say their physical therapists are great or it doesn't help me. Right. And I think they're not all the same. We're not all just doing exercises. We're not all, we're all individuals, and I think we all have our niche. Yeah.
Paula, what are all the ways that people can find you in the digital world, on social media, your website, and then a phone number if that's okay?
The big one is a website, which is performance-physicaltherapy.com. We do have a Facebook page going by the same name. And we used to have Instagram. I'm not sure we do anymore. So I would say website or Facebook. Phone number 970-493-8727.
Well, Paula, it's been an extreme pleasure having you on our show, and we definitely wish you and performance physical therapy and rehabilitation the very best moving forward.
Thanks, Nick.
Thank you for listening to the Good Neighbor Podcast. To nominate your favorite local businesses to be featured on the show, go to gnpfortcollins.com. That's gnpfortcollins.com. Or call 970-438-0825.